Welcome guys, Avian here. I wanted to talk about some of the alternative champion options that can be considered in the support role. We all know that expanding our champion pool can make us better at the game, and playing something a little different can be exciting and potentially very threatening if your enemies are not used to responding to the specific champion in that role. I don't wish to shake up the champions people choose as traditional supports, although before I begin making some guides on the more popular alternative supports, such as Nautilus or Ivern or Lux, I wanted to ask you guys what champions you like to play in the support role that were not traditional and why. There's a lot to consider when you're picking something different, and as always, practice your choice before you hit the ranked queues. But in this video, let's not think about when these choices could be viable, but let us discuss which could be viable at all. Period. Now, seeing as you're all so shy, I'll get the ball rolling with Lux. I've always felt that her Q was a weak version of Zyra's E, although if you adapt to using it efficiently, similar to like Bard but with a longer range, it can be great to snare enemies from afar to respond to the situations in game. And her W is quite difficult to master, but it's quite useful in the assassin-based culture that we're living through right now. And I've always enjoyed the damage and the feel to using her ultimate, and synergizing it all with your passive can be quite rewarding from the early game upwards. Another champion could be Veigar. Harassing enemies will aid you to scale throughout the game because of his passive, although it's not as rewarding as playing it in mid lane. But what really catches my attention is his cage. It's an absolute wrecking spell in the right hands. I mean, I'm nowhere near a master of using it, but its potential is huge. In teamfight situations, it nearly always prompts a hard engage if a follow-up occurs, resulting in your enemies burning summoner spells or needing to recall, or even better, dead. Else why wouldn't you want to try Veigar support? If things go mediocre at best, you'll 75% most of their enemy carries, and if things go really well, you can become a machine, but you have to stay true to the support role. Keep vision on the map and use your items to peel for your carries, and if required use your cage to assist as well. Now other champions that I've played include Ashe, Sejuani or Zilian. Throwing some extra attention onto Zilian, his general pushing, damage and stun power is great, and the movement speed that he boasts alongside the potential to revive in this fast paced meta is a godsend, especially for AD carries. In the AD role, I found myself having a really tough time at the minute, and being able to have a super slow or boost on the enemies and allies and follow up with crowd control can often produce enough damage to chunk enough health to scare your enemies off. Although I am yet to play Zilian more, and for those who are aware of my fellow teammate CG Acclimator, he's quite good at Zilian, so it would be good to see if he could offer any input as well. Now there's so many other champions such as Vel'Koz, Poppy, Shen or Trundle, and I'm sure you guys could leave so many more in the comments. And these champions may get played in the support role from time to time, but a lot of these have been discussed within the league community. So guys, let me know what you would consider alternative, but for now I've got to start catching some games. I'm probably going to start with Lux. And thanks for watching the video. If you have any ideas or suggestions on any of the champions, leave a comment with a sentence or two telling me what you like about your selection. I'll get back to you guys, and hopefully I'll be able to knock out a couple of guides on these champions that hopefully make your teammates hate you, but your enemies hate you more. Good night, good fight. Bye!